Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 20 of our recovery journey. We are going to be introducing a very famous yoga pose called downward facing dog or Ardha Mukha Savasana. Um, we're going to continue to build upon what we learned all last week and kind of start building into a more typical looking yoga class or yoga practice. Again, yoga is so much more than just what we do on the mat. But if you ever attend a yoga class, these are going to be more and more poses that you will use every single time. So come on down to the ground. We'll get started. Sit up nice and tall. Settle in here. Take a couple of breaths here. All right, we'll begin in our cat cows as always. So come to all fours, stacking the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the wrists. And then we'll inhale, drop the belly, push away from the earth, open the chest. Exhale, round through, pressing away, tucking the belly button, tucking the chin on the exhale. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you know where you're going. Trust your body. Follow your breath. One more cycle here. Awesome work. All right, we're going to introduce downward facing dog right here. So you're going to walk your hands just a little bit further ahead from where you've had them planted under your shoulders. And then you're going to curl your toes under. And then on the next inhale, you're going to kind of shift back. You shift your weight back as if you're going into child's pose, but your knees are going to lift off and your tailbone's going to reach up to the sky for downward facing dog. So it's pretty common misconception that you need to have like a super straight arms and super straight legs for it to be downward facing dog. That could not be further from the truth. You're welcome to have a generous bend in the knees, in the elbows, just kind of feeling it out, what feels good for your body right here. It could be helpful to kind of bend one knee and then the other, kind of stretching through the backs of the calves to warm up your muscles. And then on downward facing dog, you kind of want an outward rotation of your arms. So that means the inside parts of your elbows are facing more forward, rotating the inner parts of your shoulder. Awesome. So we'll take a couple of breaths here, get a good feel for how this works for your body, especially where you're at in your recovery journey. Reconnecting with our Ujjayi breath. Two more breaths here. Awesome work. All right, on your next inhale, we're going to lift the right foot up to the sky, and then we're going to exhale, bring it all the way through, stepping it up in between our palms. We'll lower the back knee, and then this should be familiar. We'll sweep our arms up and overhead for low lunge. This is another way we can get into low lunge. Stretching through the front of that hip crease, checking in with our knee, making it sure it's over our front ankle, spiraling that heart up towards the sky. And then exhale, we'll frame the foot. We'll step our knee back. We'll keep our knees down to the ground unless you would like to step it back to a plank pose. And then we'll do knees, chest, chin. So knees, chest, chin, coming all the way down to the ground. And then on your next inhale, we'll press up for baby cobra. One cycle of breath here before we come back down, pressing up on the next inhale to all fours. And then when you are ready, we will come back to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Awesome. All right, we're gonna lift the left foot up to the sky. And then exhale, rounding through that back, stepping it up in between our hands, lowering that back knee. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, low lunge on the other side. So we're reaching up towards the sky on the inhale, and then exhale, feeling that deep stretch in the front of the hip crease. Opening up through the chest. Drawing into our center line. Awesome. On our next exhale, we'll frame the front foot. We'll step it back to all fours. And then we'll shift forward for knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come up for baby cobra, or you're welcome to press all the way up for cobra pose. So we didn't quite cover this because, again, we're in a recovery mode. This can be kind of a tense or stressful pose on the body. So if you are interested, though, in a cobra pose, it's the same as baby cobra, but you're pressing now in with your hands. Your arms are straight or straighter, and then your whole torso is kind of up off the ground, arching back, creating a nice long line in the belly. And then we'll exhale, coming back down to the ground, and then we will press up to all fours. Awesome work. All right, we'll bring the toes to touch, knees as wide as the yoga mat, and then we'll sink back for child's pose. Reconnect with your breath. Awesome work. All right, we'll press up. Coming back to all fours, we'll swing the knees to one side, and then we'll come to sit on our bums for staff pose. Toes will point up to the sky, sit up nice and tall. Maybe on this staff pose, we'll bring our shoulders up to our ears, back, and then down, relaxing those shoulders. I don't know about you, but I hold so much tension in my shoulders. Sometimes I'm even surprised my shoulders still work, but they're not already attached to my ears because of how much tension I hold there. So this can be a really good just reminder to kind of push those shoulders down our back body, creating space between our ear and our shoulders. On the next inhale, we'll reach the arms up and overhead, and then exhale, reaching down towards our toes, placing our hands on the ankles or the feet or the shins, wherever they may rest, for our chin or nose to knee pose, knee to nose pose. Inhale. Exhale, bowing a little bit further, feeling that nice opening and stretch through the lower back body. Once I started doing more and more forward folds like this on the ground, I noticed that my low back pain started to really disappear. So I don't know if that will work for you, but that's what's worked for me. If you have lower back pain, I'd give it a try. Awesome work. All right. We'll roll it back up, straight back, and then we'll come all the way down to lay on our backs. So if you feel comfortable, you can just go straight down, or especially if you've had some core injury or you're recovering from like pregnancy, like I am, it may be more comfortable and more gentle on your core if you come roll to your side and then come lay on your back that way. Again, whatever is easiest and most comfortable for you. All right. Then we'll bring the knees into the chest, opening through the hips, maybe taking gentle circles with the knees one way and maybe the other. And then bring those knees into the chest. This time we'll wrap our arms all the way around like you're doing a cannonball into the pool, hugging yourself, hugging your knees in. And then we'll take 3 breaths here. Awesome work. All right, we'll bring the feet to be straight. We'll place them as if we're walking on top of the ceiling, and then we'll bring them wide for happy baby. Starting to conclude our practice with little gentle movement back and forth, stretching the hips. It's going to be just such a restorative pose, such a light pose. Just reminds me of little babies when they're so happy that they're grabbing their feet, they're looking up at you, just giggling to themselves. Release any tension you have that you may be holding in the forehead, in the jaw, face. Awesome. All right, we'll slowly come out of this pose. We'll roll up to come to that comfortable seat that we started in. Sitting up nice and tall. Awesome work. We'll take one big breath in together. And then on your exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. Awesome work. Thank you so much for joining me on this day. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.